Welcome to the Forest Ridge Alumni Association induction ceremony. I am Julie Lundgren, the Development and Alumni Relations Director at Forest Ridge, and I extend a warm welcome to our seniors and to our families and those who are watching from home. Thank you so much for being here. With me today are two members of the Alumni Board, our President, Tessa Studebaker, class of 2000, and Mary Jeniskins, class of 1976, who helped organize this event. Seniors, your education at Forest Ridge has empowered you to be well-educated women of courage and confidence. You are also part of a worldwide family of women and men who are shared a common bond of a Sacred Heart education and its values. This is a gift you will have for the rest of your life. As you go out into the world, there will be subtle, almost imperceptible moments you must look out for what we call Sacred Heart connections. For example, I have heard from many alums over the years that they will be away from home and they'll notice the intertwined hearts on someone else's ring, and an instant connection is made. Look for those connections, as you are all part of a much larger picture than what you have known here at Forest Ridge. I know you may be thinking, I am done and I'm out of here. But no, when you are ready to return, we want you to come back to reunion. You may be invited to speak with students, or you may want to get involved in service, such as Tessa and Mary have done. And so this is your home as well. So with that, I would now like to invite Tessa to come forward.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to be here with you today. I am grateful for the opportunity to witness in person the induction of our current seniors into the Forest Ridge Alumni Association. Honor our 2020 and 2021 distinguished alumnae, and to honor the senior who was chosen by her classmates to receive the Alumnae Award for Generous Service. The pinning ceremony is a long-standing Sacred Heart tradition that formally allows the Alumni Association to welcome all graduates with open arms. Your pin, which I am going to show you here, your pin serves as a reminder that you are part of the Forest Ridge family. You will also receive a Sacred Heart passport. Keep this passport, and when you travel to find other cities with a Sacred Heart school, this card will grant you entry to visit that school. You will find you have many homes around the United States and the world. For example, a favorite place to visit is the Trinità dei Monti in Rome, where you can see the original Mater in their chapel. Becoming a Sacred Heart alumna means you will be a member of not only the Forest Ridge Alumni Association, but also the National Alumni Association, AASH, and the International Alumni Association, AMASC. These organizations offer you a unique opportunity to stay connected and involved. When I started as a student at Forest Ridge in the 5th grade, yes, I'm a lifer, I would not have guessed that almost 30 years later, I would still be coming to campus, working to support the Forest Ridge legacy, working alongside other alums who share a passion for service and education and collective pride in being children of the Sacred Heart has been an incomparable privilege. Furthermore, the resulting friendships, connections, and experiences have deeply enriched my adult life, which is why I to engage with the Alumnae Board in various ways since shortly after graduating from college. I encourage you, as much as possible, to take every opportunity to foster your Sacred Heart connections. Before we start the pinning ceremony, it is my great honor to introduce our distinguished alumnae. Due to the pandemic, last year we were unable to honor our 2020 distinguished alumna. So this year, we honor both the 2020 and the 2021 award recipients. The Forest Ridge Alumnae Board, on behalf of the Alumni Association and the head of school, uses the following criteria to choose a distinguished alumna: a strong loyalty to the Sacred Heart goals and criteria, which include a personal and active faith in God, a deep respect for intellectual values, a social awareness which impels to action, the building of community as a Christian value, and personal growth in an atmosphere of wise freedom, and significant contribution to the welfare of her community, and has accomplished outstanding professional and personal achievements in her field of endeavor. Last year, the Alumnae Board voted Julie Peterson Genjak, class of 1999, as the 2020 Distinguished Alumna, and this year selected Lori Dauphiny, class of 1981, as the 2021 Distinguished Alumna. Due to COVID restrictions, Julie and Lori are unable to be with us in person today. However, they have recorded messages for you. Before listening to those, I will give you a brief introduction to both of them. Julie Peterson Genjak built her career in financial services and is currently a managing director at the Hartford Funds. In 2019, Julie was named one of Financial Planning Magazine's top women in asset management. She is also a certified wealth strategist, accredited asset management specialist, and registered corporate coach. Julie lives in Kirkland with her husband, Nadim, and in her spare time loves to boat, engage in home renovations, and cook gourmet meals. Julie truly values the foundation that Forest Ridge gave her in life and is delighted to be able to give back to the Forest Ridge community, having joined the Alumnae Board last fall. Lori Dauphiny is in her 24th year as the head coach of Women's Open Crew for Princeton University. She arrived to Princeton in 1989 from Columbia University and was promoted to head coach in 1996, the first female head coach in Women's Open Crew's 41-year history. Twice, she has been named National Coach of the Year and has led the Princeton Tigers to an unprecedented era of success over her career. Under Lori's leadership, Princeton has won 2 V8+ NCAA championships and 10 Ivy League crowns. Lori was inducted into the Collegiate Rowing Coaches Association's Hall of Fame in 2019. She also has spent summers since 1997 working with the U.S. national team and coached the pair and lightweight double at the 2004 Olympics. Lori likes to spend her free time with friends and family and enjoys hiking, running, and watching her 14-year-old son play soccer. Please let us take a moment to hear from our distinguished alumni.
Hello, Forest Ridge, class of 2021, Forest Ridge families, special guests, faculty, staff, and alumni joining us here today. I have to say I'm humbled to be amongst the graduating class of 2021, women who have all accomplished so much in their lives and their school careers to date. What I'm hoping to share with you today is not only a huge welcome into the incredible alumni network that Forest Ridge has to offer you, and also to say you are wanted and needed. But in addition, I'd like to share a bit of perspective that I've gathered in my 2 decades since graduating from Forest Ridge. Now, the biggest lesson that I can share with you is that you will never be able to wear forest green again. When I say never, I truly mean never. So feel free to check that off of all future outfit schemes. And if you're anything like me, it might take you 21 years to be able to buy Black Watch Plaid again. In fact, when I thought we would be in person today, I went out and bought a Black Watch Plaid skirt. And as you can see, I haven't been able to take the tag off of it yet because I'm still warming to the idea of reintroducing this into my wardrobe. But in the spirit of taking small steps, and with all of you here today, I'm going to rip the tag off. Whew, okay, it's official. This is part of my wardrobe now. But on to more important topics. I was once asked, how do you define success for yourself? And for such a simple question, I found myself really struggling to come up with the answer. And those who know me well know that I'm not usually short on words, so I took a moment to think about this question. How do I define success? I quickly realized that for me, there is not an answer. Success is rather a mindset, a way of living. And once I had that realization, I was able to reflect and articulate on the ingredients that combine to create that mindset. To me, success is to be at a point where you can honestly say that you're exhibiting 4 key behaviors every single day, and that you continue to work on them and hone them as you develop as a person and a professional. First, Value relationships that you create with people. If you can say, I deepened a relationship today, or I worked to rekindle a past connection, then in my mind, that's a success. Second, do what you say you will do every single time. Your word has to have value. And if you can say that you kept your word or communicated clearly if you were going to need to alter a timeline or a response or an answer, then in my mind, that's a success. Third, be passionate about what you're doing. People constantly tell me, wow, Julie, you must really love what you do because your enthusiasm is infectious. If you can genuinely say that you are enjoying what you're doing and you're using your authentic voice, then in my mind, that is a success. Now, I feel compelled to say that not every day of work or life will be fun, and we cannot confuse fun with passion or commitment. But if you're able to tap into your heart and mind and understand what really fuels you, then that's what I'm referring to as an ingredient for success. And finally, number 4, be willing to have courageous conversations. This can be very difficult, but a mentor once told me that feedback is a gift, and without it, we have no opportunity to get better. Once I started seeing feedback through this lens, I was able to ask for it, seek it out, and truly take the input and make changes in my own life, my approach, my thought process, etc. And at the end of the day, I believe success is a state of mind and the ability to look yourself in the mirror and say, did I stay true to my principles? Did I try to get better? And if I didn't, then why? And most importantly, what will I change next time? And then being willing to take the risk and try it all again. I would encourage each of you to think of how you define success for yourself in your life and for those around you. Now, if I reflect back on my years at Forest Ridge, I can tell you that every single day was an opportunity for me to practice and improve myself around these 4 areas. Although I didn't realize it at the time, as we often don't when we're so busy living our lives. I'm confident that each of you have been able to practice and hone these skills during your Forest Ridge tenure. And whether it was forging and deepening a relationship, following through on your word and commitments, finding and being your authentic self and having passion, and the willingness to have the tough conversations and to hear open and honest feedback, and then try to get better. It took me many years to realize the profound impact that Forest Ridge had on me, on my life, and my career. My hope is that it doesn't take each of you as long to have that realization as it did for me. Now, I knew I enjoyed Forest Ridge so much in my years on campus, and I knew how wonderful the education was. But it wasn't until years later I found myself reflecting back to my Forest Ridge years and nearly every conversation that I had, and my aha moment happened. And I said to myself, wow, this life experience is so much deeper and more profound than I had ever realized. I cannot encourage you enough to take the gift of the Forest Ridge education and the community that you are a part of and embrace it immediately. Cultivate those special connections and relationships. Don't wait until the years fly by like I did. You are now part of a very special network of women who collectively have accomplished so much and continue to shatter glass ceilings every day. An example of one of these incredible women is Lori Dauphini, class of 1981, and the 2021 Forest Ridge Distinguished Alumna. I will now turn it over to Lori to share her thoughts on being part of something special. Congratulations, Lori, on an honor so deserved. Please take it away.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you, distinguished class of 2021, parents, special guests, faculty, staff, and alumni. I, too, am honored to receive this award and humbled. As Julie expressed so eloquently, I feel my accomplishments are very small compared to those of the Forest Ridge family. I first would like to wholeheartedly agree with Julie's comment, you will never own anything forest green again. I don't own anything green. I do have one strange habit that I believe was formed by my time at Forest Ridge. I can wear the same outfit day after day. Clean, of course. it can come in pretty handy at various times in your life. I want to share one of my favorite quotes from great teacher and poet, Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said and forget what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. This is a good quote to describe my experience at Forest Ridge. I felt loved. I knew and felt that the people around me cared, the teachers, the staff, the students. Relationships were developed, some of which are strong today. I always felt valued and encouraged. This love has become a part of me and has followed me on my career path. Now, I'm a rowing coach. I'm lucky for the opportunity to learn from young women like yourselves on a daily basis. I have learned that success has little to do with results and everything to do with your effect on others. It is actually found in inspiring growth, in helping build confidence and courage, and in developing relationships. I've learned the importance of creating relationships with trust and showing how much you care. And in doing this, I've discovered the value of offering feedback and receiving it. Although tough, it is essential for growth. We all need critical feedback to improve. Some fear giving it or hearing it, but it is necessary to improve, and in rowing, to go fast. The key to success is making others better. It sounds noble, but I think I stumbled on it because I'm a competitive person. I wanted to do well, but couldn't do well unless I got the most out of the women I coach. At Princeton, we are privileged and fortunate to have so many resources, but there are certain things we don't have. We have a small student body, 5,000 instead of 25,000, and we don't have the 20 athletic scholarships that other Division I rowing programs have. However, even in an off year, we're still contenders and in the fight at the national championship. You may not see Princeton as an underdog, but we are in the world of athletics. Inspiring greatness in others is the best way to win. Building confidence is also essential and is one of those things you can't just read about. You have to feel it, you have to go for it, you have to earn it. You have to earn it by putting yourself on the line. And when you fall short, take the time to look inward and evaluate what you could do differently and get right back at it. Show me a champion and I will show you someone who has fallen short more times than they have succeeded. Every time you do something a little better, you become more and more confident. How do you inspire greatness? Care deeply, develop relationships, and keep in mind people will remember how you made them feel. Thank you for letting me be a small part of your awesome journey. I am honored to be a Forest Ridge sister. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from these very impressive alumni. So for our next award, I invite Casey Hall O'Rourke, class of 1990, Director of Institutional Advancement, and also a former Alumnae Board President, to please come forward.
It is my distinct honor to recognize a number of students at this time. The term lifer has a special meaning at Forest Ridge. As one myself, I still feel to this day a true bond with the women who attended Forest Ridge with me all the way through middle school and high school. I would like to ask the 4 lifers in the senior class to please stand and remain standing when their names are called and be recognized. Molly Martinez, Mahek Sharma, Lucy Song, Catherine Wejanaga Bogle. And I would like to acknowledge, before you sit, their wonderful families who have believed in Forest Ridge and its mission to educate young women. Let's give them all a round of applause. It is also my honor to present this next award, especially because it was conferred upon me 31 years ago. Receiving the Alumni Award for Generous Service meant a lot to me then, and even more now, as my own service commitments have evolved over the years. The Alumni Award is granted to the student who, in the estimation of her peers, is the one who best lives out the Sacred Heart goals and criteria, is kind and trustworthy, a great listener, and a friend to all. I hope Forest Ridge will remain close to your hearts and that you will all continue to stay connected and serve your alma mater in the future. This year's award goes to Sarah Jane Daly. Please come forward. I'm going to show this to you. This is for you. You're welcome. Stand here. Stand here. Hold on. Sarah Jane, please accept this engraved heart. Do you want to show the folks? As a token of what your fellow classmates see in you. May you carry your Sacred Heart values out into the world and continue to live as a child of the Sacred Heart. We also have engraved your name on this plaque that will hang in the alumni office. Please join me in congratulating Sarah Jane.
At this time, I'd like to ask the alumni, many of whom work here at the school, who are pinning a senior, to please come to the front of the room. Seniors, please stay seated until you hear your name called, then come up to receive your pin and go back to your seats. And those indicated as in absentia include seniors who may be present remotely. Mary Brockenbrough, in absentia. Samaria Kane, pinned by Deb McLaughlin, class of 1983. Annie Corin, in absentia. Sarah Jane Daly, pinned by Elizabeth Ayer, class of 2006. Candy Dang, in absentia. Bella Frederick, in absentia. Julie Gillis, pinned by Elizabeth Ayer, class of 2006. Lucy He, in absentia. Parker Kimmerly, pinned by Mary Janeskins, class of 1976. Shella Lee, in absentia. Julia Lee, in absentia. Amy Liu, in absentia. Molly Martinez, pinned by Casey Hall O'Rourke, class of 1990. Ivana Morales Mercado, pinned by Zarina Parpia, class of 1999. Cindy Nguyen, in absentia. Casey Nguyen, in absentia. Irma Rodriguez Solis, in absentia. Alice Shao, in absentia. Mahek Sharma, pinned by Deb McLaughlin, class of 1983. Tanisha Sinha, in absentia. Lucy Song, pinned by Zarina Parpia, class of 1999. Celine Sui, in absentia. Grace Tong, in absentia. Nora Thompson, pinned by her sister, Grace Thompson, class of 2019. Eula von der Heid, in absentia. Irene Vu, in absentia. Catherine Wojniaka Bogle, pinned by Mary Janeskins, class of 1976. Macy Zaringly, pinned by her mother, Whitney Zaring, class of 1987. On behalf of the Forest Ridge Alumnae Association, we welcome the 2021 senior class. Now I would like to invite Sister Marcia O'Day to come up and give a special blessing to the seniors.
Thank you. Good afternoon, seniors. It's my joy and honor to offer this prayer on behalf of actually the administration, the faculty, the staff, all of the community here at Forest Ridge. And I would ask the adults to extend a hand during this blessing as we think about the seniors. We thank our God for you, the senior class of 2021. You have left a beautiful, memorable mark on this family of Forest Ridge School. Now you step forward as alumni to be part of an international community of the Sacred Heart. And we ask the Lord that with your own classmates and with other Sacred Heart alums and educators, you will be blessed to continue to give and receive inspiration, encouragement, and love. We pray that the light of the love of God and of his Christ will shine on you, your families, and your friends. Then your lives will convey to all whom you meet the goals of the Sacred Heart through your lively faith in God, creative awareness of others, generous service, and a lifelong love of learning. As you remain blessings of love to others, we pray you will, in St. Madeline Sophie's words, walk trustingly and find that nothing in the world will be able to dishearten you. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister O'Day. Seniors, a couple of more details before we leave. We have blankets for all of you at the table in the front of the room, so please take one home. And in closing, we will listen to our traditional Sacred Heart song, Cœur de Jésus. The words are in the program, and I would encourage those of you who haven't taken the time to really read the words. They're beautiful words. You can find all 7 verses on the AASH website. But truly, it's a beautiful song, and there are good reasons why that's our tradition. So thank you very much, and join me in listening. Thank you.